patient at a time.
The FDA has given emergency authorization to Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for children ages 12 to 15. I'm Chris Warner with how one local health official feels and what he hopes will happen.
Missourians receiving the extra $300 unemployment benefit will soon see that extra infusion of cash end.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The FDA has given emergency authorization to Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for kids ages 12 to 15. Now local schools and health departments are waiting on guidance to determine how to get those kids vaccinated. This is KOAM News at 6. KOAM's Chris Warner spoke with the Newton County Health Department and the Neosho School District about what's next.
Newton County Health Department Administrator Larry Bergner is excited about the new age group being opened up to vaccines. However, he knows there may be some hesitancy, as many have heard the virus doesn't impact children nearly as severely as adults.
Those younger age groups, while they may not become sick or they may not be as affected, they can still carry the virus and therefore can pass that on to an age group that is have more detrimental effects of the COVID virus.
With the news of the authorization just out Monday, Bergner says there are still a number of unknowns when it comes to the best ways to get kids vaccinated quickly.
Right, as we get more information and guidelines, we certainly will share that with our school districts, those personnel and the parents in the community. But certainly we want to get the word out that that vaccine now is available, and we want to start getting those folks vaccinated as quickly as we can.
For Neosho School District Superintendent Dr. Jim Cummins, they're playing a similar waiting game with the state.
Well, I'm sure Desi's going to come out with some ideas on how we can handle that for students.
But Cummins says the district is prepared to offer whatever support they can.
If we can offer a site where they can come and do vaccinations with proper parent permission and those type of things, we're all for it. Whatever we can do to help move us past the current pandemic that we are in.
In Neosho, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Cummins says the district recently had a mass vaccination clinic at their junior high, and that was for teachers and staff, and the district is open to offering similar clinics at the appropriate schools for students. Missouri's governor announces his state will no longer participate in the program that gives unemployed Americans an extra $300 in unemployment benefits. The program, set to expire in September, will now end in mid-June for Missourians. Like Arkansas's governor, who made the same announcement last week, Governor Parson cited a job market that's struggling to find workers.
Despite our economy's strong comeback, many business owners and employers across the state are still struggling, not because of COVID-19, but because they can't find people to fill the jobs.
The state's participation in the program ends June 12th. Checking in with Doug Hetty. No rain at the moment, but boy, it's getting chilly out there, Doug.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to be kind of chilly as we go through the evening hours into the overnight hours for us tonight. But any showers we did have earlier mainly stayed in our southern counties, and these were fairly light, kind of pushed through along and south of Interstate 44. But as of right now, nothing's really going on. Pretty much dry out there, even though we still have the clouds. And we'll continue to have the clouds as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Temperatures mainly sitting upper 50s to near 60 degrees, which we should be topping out near 80. And through the overnight, the clouds stick around. We are going to have some hit and miss, little spotty showers out there tonight into early tomorrow morning. And then I think we'll start to dry out, even though we haven't had much rain with the system, but we'll definitely start to dry out as we go through the next few days. Temps fall back through the 50s, kind of chilly again tonight. We'll bottom out down into the 40s for overnight lows. We are going to start to warm back up, but we'll talk about thunderstorm chances here in a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Doug. The Ottawa County, Oklahoma Sheriff's Office says a fire in a holding cell at the jail last night was intentionally set. The inmate who allegedly did it is already accused of leading a small riot a couple of weeks ago there. Police say that inmate is Tristan Tiffany. Investigators determined the fire was intentionally set due to the fact that there were no wires or any voltage near the area where that fire happened. Sheriff's Office says Tiffany will be charged with first-degree arson, destruction of property, and endangering the lives of first responders. He's already facing charges of rioting and malicious injury following the disturbance in the jail back in April. A chase in Newton County, Missouri today leads to gunshots and puts a suspect in the hospital. Newton County deputies armed with warrants tried to contact a burglary suspect. They say that 26-year-old man pointed a weapon at officers and then drove off. Officers chased him into McDonald County, where the Highway Patrol used spike strips to flatten his tires. They say he drove into a field near Highway C and CC, then got out and shot at deputies. They say deputies returned fire, injuring the suspect. At last report, that suspect was at a Joplin hospital. The Southeast Kansas Humane Society takes in dogs after the state removes them from a local home. Now, earlier this week, the State Department of Agriculture removed 9 dogs from a Cherokee County home. The department says the owners have more than 20 dogs, which is the limit before a dog owner needs to get a license. Now the dogs are at the SEK Humane Society, and the society says the dogs have a long way to go before they'll be adoptable.
These dogs have not been handled. They are extremely terrified of humans. It is very hard to even hold the dogs, handle the dogs, so that is where us as Humane Society workers come in, and that's our goal for the next few weeks and months if it takes.
Tonight at 9 and 10, we're going to hear what the SEK Humane Society thinks of the, quote, horrible 100 report released by the Humane Society of the United States, and hear from a local kennel owner who says the report is wrong. Heartland Rural Electric Cooperative has completed the construction on 2 new solar farms, and today, with some help from Greenbush, they flipped the switch. The new solar farms are a 1 megawatt array near Greenbush and another 1 megawatt array between Erie and Chanute along 160th Road. The array near Greenbush will be incorporated into education programs. The 2 new sites represent the first completed components of a statewide project involving 11 other electric co-ops that will power 80,000 homes. The Jasper and Newton County chapter of 100 Women Who Care is helping the Solace House gain ownership of the Solace House. Solace House is a nonprofit end-of-life care facility. It doesn't own the house it operates out of. So 100 Women Who Care today donated $2,900 that will go toward the purchase of the house. Still ahead, more than 40 years ago, a Kansas City man was convicted of a crime that he says he did not commit, and now the Jackson County prosecutor agrees. And later, the water levels are dropping rapidly at a Missouri lake because of a new sinkhole.
Deserve it.
City of Joplin announces the retirement of its fire chief from the city. Jim Ferguson has been with the department for 20 years. He was promoted to captain in 2006 and chief in 2015. The city says Ferguson and city manager Nick Edwards will work on transition plans and name an interim chief in the coming weeks. A Kansas City man serving time for a triple murder is innocent. That's what the Midwest Innocence Project says, and the Jackson County prosecutor agrees. Reporter Angie Racono has more.
Today, my job is to apologize. It is important to recognize when the system has made wrongs. And what we did in this case was wrong.
Jackson County prosecutor Gene Peters Baker openly apologized to a man who has spent most of his life in prison.
I am profoundly sorry. I am profoundly sorry for the harm that has come to you.
Here's what Kevin Strickland looked like when he was arrested at 18. Today, Strickland is 61 and uses a wheelchair. Strickland always said he was innocent in a triple murder that happened late at night at 69th and Benton.
And he was just 18 years old.
Now he has public acknowledgement.
New fingerprint testing on the murder has excluded Mr. Strickland as its source, but Mr. Strickland is still in prison.
A surviving victim picked Strickland in a lineup. The new legal petition says police pressured her and she tried to right that wrong before she died. She sent an email in 2009 to the Midwest Innocence Project asking for help. I am seeking info on how to help someone that was wrongfully accused.
And even to Cynthia Douglas and her family, she too was a victim.
The new petition before the Supreme Court points out Strickland had an alibi verified by numerous people. No physical evidence connects him to the crime. 2 admitted gunmen cleared Strickland in sworn confessions. In the end, those 2 gunmen cut deals and each served 10 years. A third suspect was never tried, and the man confused for Kevin Strickland simply walked. Today, Strickland is the only person sitting in prison for what happened 43 years ago. And now investigators who looked at this case agree it's a terrible mistake.
There is still a lengthy legal process ahead for Strickland and his attorneys. Later, what's being done to fill a sinkhole that's draining a St. Louis area lake?
Plus, when are our temperatures going to warm up, and a look at thunderstorm chances coming up next.
KOAM TV has an
Home Store.
Well, we've had a chilly couple days over the past couple days with this storm system. It hasn't produced a lot of rain, but what it has been doing is giving us a lot of clouds, and our temperatures kind of chilly across the region. We did go only into the mid 50s yesterday. Started out this morning in the 40s, a little bit warmer today, upper 50s to near 60, but still well shy of where we should be for this time of the year, as we should be topping out well through the 70s, pushing 80. All right, 59 Fort Scott, Pittsburgh 59, 59 in Welch. Anderson, a little bit cooler, 55. Carthage is sitting at 58. Cloudy skies here at the station, looking off toward the south, sitting at 58. East, northeasterly winds at about 10. Humidity is at 60%. Through the rest of the evening hours, we slide back through the 50s, down to about 52 by midnight, and then eventually into the upper 40s later on tonight. We have been watching some showers earlier today, mainly skirting our southern counties along and south of I-44. Everybody else has pretty much been dry throughout the day, so there's not much popping up on the radar, but we are going to get some spotty showers as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight into tomorrow morning. Just right now, there's not too much going on. There's a few spotty showers northeastern parts of Kansas. That's really about it. Just a lot of clouds. This is a fairly weak wave. It's right across Nebraska. It's going to shoot across the northern half of the U.S. here over the next 24 hours. Let's go through time during the evening hours. Mainly just cloudy skies, but late this evening and then after midnight, we start to get these spotty little showers popping up again. These are going to be very light. They'll last into the morning hours, and then they all should be gone by tomorrow afternoon. Then we get some sunshine, at least a little bit, partly sunny skies. Temperatures kind of chilly still, but warmer than what we did see today. Starting at 47, 58 by noon, high temp right around 63 during the afternoon. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy skies, still kind of chilly. We drop back into the 40s again. As we go into Thursday, look at the winds, they start to shift toward the south again, and that's going to help our temperatures warm up. So upper 60s on Thursday, and then we should go into the 70s by the time Friday rolls around. As we start to get southerly winds back and our temperatures warmer, our air mass becomes a little bit more unstable. So with our next storm system, some scattered showers, maybe a few scattered thunderstorms on Friday, but I don't think a severe weather chance. But Saturday, we're going to get scattered afternoon thunderstorms. Some of those could be strong, possibly severe. Sunday, scattered thunderstorms. Some of those could be strong, possibly severe. I think by Monday, we'll stabilize again early next week, and then our chances will increase again. So I'm actually going to alter this a little bit for the 10, but a low chance for severe weather this Saturday and Sunday. It's probably going to return late Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then again as we head 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So we'll have 3 or 4 days next week that at least we don't really have a severe weather chance, but then it's going to creep up again. Rest of this week, we don't have to worry about it until late Saturday. 63 tomorrow, a few morning showers, 66 Thursday, 72 by Friday. And then we warm up and stay in the 70s, but we have those thunderstorm chances through the weekend.
At least there's a good stretch there where we don't have to worry about
the next few days at least, so that's good.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, a sinkhole is draining a St. Louis area lake. We're going to find out if that's taking a toll on wildlife in the area.
Doug Hetty has Alma, Missouri border.
A large sinkhole is draining a lake at Lone Elk Park in St. Louis County, Missouri. Park officials say the lake level has dropped substantially because of a massive sinkhole in that man-made lake. Reporter Hannah Yates has that story.
Over the weekend, the sinkhole drained what park officials estimate to be about 1/3 of the man-made lake and continues to do so despite the water now being past the hole. County Park Design and Development Manager Toby Moriarty says this isn't the first time this has happened.
There was one in 2016 in a very similar location. So at this point, we're assuming it'll be similar. And that one took about 120 cubic yards of fill.
No exact measurements of this hole have been determined yet, but the 2016 hole was 20 feet deep and 12 feet in diameter, which took about $25,000 worth of material to fix.
We've used concrete slurry, flowable fill. We've used bentonite fill, which is like a clay material. Just depends on the hole.
Moriarty says the hole could have been formed from a multitude of things, including the 2.4 magnitude earthquake that could be felt in Eureka and the park on April 20th.
It could be the additional head pressure from the higher lake elevation, but it very easily could have been that earthquake. That would make a lot of sense.
Although this is the only lake in the park, directors say there's still more than enough water for wildlife to survive with what's remaining and with surrounding springs.
Fish and there's still enough water for the elk to drink, but the aesthetics is the biggest part of this lake, and people come here and expect to see a great big beautiful lake, and we'll try to get it back there for them as soon as possible.
Final check on the weather is next.
The best part about
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Lance Corporal Gary Welch served in the U.S. Marine Corps during Operation Iraqi Freedom. His hometown, Carthage, Missouri. And we are proud to salute Lance Corporal Gary Welch. He's tonight's four-state hero. Jordan Abbey joins us now with a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, going to have more on the U.S. Humane Society's recent Horrible 100 report, highlighting Missouri and Kansas. Also, some government officials say U.S. troops leaving Afghanistan could threaten women's rights in the Middle East. Also going to check out some pretty cool reboots and revivals on TV. Dexter and Friends on that list. That, of course, much more coming your way tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Jordan, thanks. A visitor to a California park made an ultra-rare discovery. Check this out. This football fish was found washed up on the shore at Crystal Cove State Park in Newport Beach. This type of angler fish normally lives more than 2,000 feet below the surface in pitch black water. Although the fish itself is actually pretty common, it's very rarely found outside of that environment. The specimen is easily identifiable as a female because of the long stalk on its head. That appendage has multiple bioluminescent tips and is used as a sort of fishing rod to attract prey in the darkness before those transparent teeth go to work. Football fish are capable of sucking up prey the size of their own bodies. We're always looking for an excuse to work the word football into a newscast, even if it is May.
Yeah. And because it is May, we want to work it into a newscast because we miss it, but at least it's right around the corner.
You bet.
All right, we also miss the warmer temperatures. Still kind of chilly tonight, only 63 tomorrow, 66 Thursday. We do get back into the 70s by Friday.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.